Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Shasar Classes and Evershine Coaching Center. My dear students, today I am going to do the analysis of your previous year question paper. And today we are going to discuss subject science of Karnataka State Board SSLC. Now, even you people will be getting the similar type question. The front page of the question paper remains same. It is CCE. This is revised syllabus, that is new syllabus. Subject code 83E, code number 83E. And this question paper consists of all the three parts of the science, which are those physics, chemistry and biology. Okay, physics, chemistry and biology, these are the three different parts of science, but here you will be getting a single paper which consists of all the three parts, and this is new syllabus. And also this is the similar paper for regular repeaters also. And today we are going to discuss of 28/9/2020. This is the supplementary paper of 2020 batch. As you all knows it, 2021 we have gone with the objective type exam, but this time this paper has been conducted for the entire syllabus. But do not worry, I'll tell you which other topics have got reduced in the same paper and which topics you have to eliminate while you are preparing for your exam. And here you have to read these instructions. These are the general instructions are given to the candidates. Total questions will carry 38, which includes objective and subjective type questions. Next, this question paper has been sealed by reverse jacket. You no need to worry about this step and even this step. And here, as you can see, point number 5, the maximum time to answer the paper is given at the top of the question paper. It includes 15 minutes for reading the question paper. In the beginning of the exam, you will be getting 15 minutes time only to read the entire question paper. Done. Now, as you can see, this is the first main. 4 alternatives are given for each of the following questions or incomplete statements. Choose the correct alternative and write the complete answer along with its letter of alphabet. So here directly they have given that they will be asking you 2 types of questions here. The first type of question, as you can see here, 4 alternatives, means 4 options will be given, like option A, option B, option C, option D. And the question will be of the type, they will give you complete question, or sometimes they will give you incomplete statement. From the complete question you have to find some answer, and one more type of question will be incomplete statement. You have to identify which word suits for the given question to complete the statement. So we will be getting in multiple choice questions 2 types of questions. So this is the first thing which you need to identify. Let's begin with the first question. As you can see here, the question number 1, the type of reproduction found in Spirogyra is. Actually, this question is from how do organisms reproduce. But unfortunately, this topic has got deleted. This topic, it has got deleted from this chapter. Okay, so here we are not going to study this part. Instead of this, you may get any other type of question, either based on pollination or male reproductive part, female reproductive part, or based upon the menstruation cycle, etc. Okay, so this is a very small type of question. You can see the type of reproduction found in Spirogyra. As you can see your question, just they are asking you to identify which type of reproduction takes place. That's it. Very simple question. Very simple question. where we doesn't have any kind of extra knowledge required. We don't want any extra knowledge to answer this type of specific question. And this is actually the very easiest question. Understood? Just they're asking you to identify which type of reproduction takes place in Spirogyra. Actually, for this question, answer was fragmentation. Okay, but here they may ask you with respect to multicellular organism. Next, question number 2. Identify the correct electron dot structure of nitrogen molecule in the following. As we have already seen that we have electron dot structures, right? We have the topic electron dot structures, but here they have introduced the word nitrogen molecule. Understood? Here they have given you 4 electron dot structures. They have given 4 electron dot structures, out of which you need to select which is the correct option in this. You need to select which is the correct option. Can you tell me which is the correct option?
Sir, B.
Can you tell me which is the correct answer of nitrogen molecule?
B, sir, B.
Option B, option C, option D.
Option B, sir.
If you
Option B,
want,
option.
in this form, again I am writing option 1. As you can see here, this is your option A. This is your option B. As you can see, this nitrogen molecule is sharing these electrons, and even this nitrogen molecules also sharing these electrons, and even this nitrogen molecules also sharing these electrons. 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 2 is 8, and even here also 8. But here you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6. Here 1 2 3 4 5 6. If you see this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Even this side 7, even this side 7. Understood? Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Here each nitrogen molecules are sharing how many electrons? 4, 5, 6, 7. Here each they are sharing 7 electrons, and here 6 plus 1, even here also 7 electrons. As you can see, here they are sharing 3 plus 3 electrons, and here you can see they are sharing 4 electrons. Here you can see they are sharing 2 electrons, but final 1 2 3 4 5 6. But here you can see 3 plus 3 is 6, 7 8. But here sharing is 3, here sharing is 2, here sharing is 4, again here sharing is 6. So which is the correct answer among this? Can you tell me which is the correct answer?
Sir, 8.
A. Option A, option B, option C, option D. Others?
Sir, option A.
Yeah, option
Sir,
A.
option A.
You have to get, we have to in the class. So the correct answer is very good, option A. Okay, the correct electron dot structure of nitrogen molecule in the following is option A. Now the question starts here. I want you all have to practice all the electron dot structures. From this we can ensure that from the topic electron dot structures, compulsory we get one question. Compulsorily we will be getting one question. Is this clear? Please jot down this point in your notebook. We want to study electron dot structure. Okay, is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Next, good. And now we'll come back to the next topic, that is question number 3. The sky as seen from the surface of the moon appears dark because. Here, as you can see, this question is from your human eye and the colorful world. But unfortunately, this topic has got deleted. Is this clear? This topic, it has got deleted. It is under your reduced syllabus. So we are going to eliminate this question. We are not going to study this, as this is from our reduced syllabus topic. Next, topic number 4. Question number 4. The atomic numbers of elements A, B, C, and D are 3, 9, 4, and 8, respectively. Elements having metallic nature among these are. Can you identify? As you can see, the question is, we have 4 elements A, B, C, and D. Okay. The atomic number of A is 3, atomic number of B is 9, C is 4, and D is 8. Now the question is, elements having metallic nature. Which is the element has metallic nature? Which is the element has the metallic nature among these 4 elements? B and D, A and B, A and C, and B and C. Can you guess which is the correct answer? Now, first of all, before we could answer this question, can you tell me from which chapter this question has taken? From which chapter this question has derived? First, you need to predict that point. First, you need to know from which chapter this question has taken from. Elements having metallic nature among these are.
Metal and non-metal, sir.
Metals and non-metals.
Are you sure?
Yes, metal and non-metal.
See, this is what is more
Periodic
doubt.
classification of elements.
Sorry?
Periodic classification of elements.
Very good. Very good, very good. This question has taken from the chapter Periodic Classification of Elements. How you can make out whether this question is from Periodic Classification of Elements? Very simple. You can see the word atomic number. See, atomic number, atomic mass number. Okay, this is nothing but from your periodic classification of elements. Understood? I hope we have seen the trends of the periodic table. The trends of the periodic table. So this question has taken from the trends of the periodic table. Is this clear? This topic,
Yes,
it
sir.
has taken from the trends of the periodic table. Got it? Now, they are asking you elements having metallic nature. Now, out of this A, B, C, and D, which elements has the lowest atomic number? Which elements has the lowest atomic number? A, B, C, and D. Which is having lowest number? A is having 3, B is having 9, C is having 4, D is having 8. Which are the elements having the lowest atomic
D,
number?
sir, D.
Yes? Lowest, small. I'm asking you small numbers.
D, sir. B and
Which one?
C.
3, 9, 4, 8. Which are the small? 3948.
3 3
A and C.
A and
C.
very good.
C.
So option C is the right answer. The elements which has the lowest atomic number. Okay. So these elements have the elements having metallic nature. Okay. So these are the elements which has the metallic nature. Okay. Whether they have the metallic nature or not, how can we identify from their atomic numbers? If the atomic numbers are less, those elements are considered as they have the metallic nature. Is this clear? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now make a note. Make a note. You may get any kind of question from the chapter periodic classification of elements from the topic trends of the periodic
Sir.
table. Make a note. Trends of the periodic table, or we also called as properties of periodic table. Sometimes we also call it as properties. Properties of the periodic table or trends of the periodic table. From that topic, you can expect one question. Got it? Next. Let me go to the next topic. Now, as you can see here, the diagram is given. Observe the diagram. As you can see, we have two bars. A, let me say this is one bar and this is one bar, and these are the two poles. Okay. Now here, this is one pole, this is one pole, this is one pole, and this is one pole. We have two poles here. Got it? Now you can see the diagram. Now here the question is, the magnetic poles represented by P and Q respectively are. Now you want to identify one thing in this figure. What is happening at C? Can you see what is happening at C? What is happening at P? As
Sir,
you can
P
see,
is south, Q is north.
yes, 1 minute, let me see. As you can see here, this magnetic field lines are coming towards P, correct? In this case, they are coming towards P. Again, in this case, also they are coming towards Q. Both are coming inwards or inside. So what these magnetic poles represent? What does it mean? If both the poles are acting, or both the magnetic field of lines acting towards the pole, what this phenomena is called as? What is this phenomena is called as? South and south, north and south, north and north, south and north.
South and south.
Yes,
South and south.
south and south.
South.
Let's see what is happening in this. Suppose I have two magnets, okay? Let me take two bar magnets. So this is having north pole and this is our south pole. Always the magnetic field of lines start from the north pole and end towards the south pole. Remember this. Always the magnetic field of lines, from where they originate, always they originate from north pole and they come towards south pole. Is this clear? Did you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, from which pole they start? Always the magnetic field of lines start from north pole and they originate or they will end at south pole. Similarly, let me take one more magnet or one more pole, one more magnet, north and south, even here also. Now can you tell me, is this is correct which I am showing here? Is this is correct?
Sir.
What I have shown
Sir.
the direction, is this correct?
No, sir.
Why?
Sir, always
the reason
magnetic
behind
field
it?
pass. Magnetic field pass from north to south, not south to north.
Very good. This is wrong and this is correct. Understood this? Did you understood?
Yes, sir.
It means
Yes, sir.
that they have taken the question from properties of magnetic field of lines. Properties of magnetic field of lines or field of lines forces, anything, or field of forces or lines. Got it? From this topic, they have taken one question based upon the diagrammatic question. As we can see here, according to this question, both the magnetic field of lines are coming towards south. If they are coming towards south, so this is our south pole. Even here also we can see this magnetic field of lines are coming towards Q. It means they are coming and ending towards south. So here these both the poles are south and south. So the correct answer is option A, south and south. Is this clear?
Yes,
Is this clear, this topic?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll ask you one small question based upon this. Let me see how many of you can answer this. Let me take example. This is my P itself. Let me to take this example. This is my Q. Yeah. Now can you tell me what is happening here in this figure?
From north, magnetic field lines coming to P.
Let me say this is my figure A, this is my figure B. I have two figures. In figure A, what is happening? In figure B, what is happening?
Figure A, P is North Pole.
Figure A,
Figure A, South Pole. Figure B, North Pole.
very good. As we can see here, in figure A, this magnetic field of lines are coming and ending at P. They are coming and ending at P. If I'm not wrong, you can see the direction. They are coming and ending at P. If they are ending means that is South Pole. Always they start at North Pole and they will South Pole. But here in Q we can see they are starting, they are going outside. If they are going means they are going from north. At P, if they are coming means they are coming at south. So here the correct answer is this P is South Pole and Q is North Pole. Concepts are clear? Is the concept is clear?
Yes, sir.
Others, and I hear two students' voice over here, but I cannot hear students' voice. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just a minute. I can see here some students unwantedly they are just chatting here. Unfortunately, they have come here just to disturb with the class. See, this is actually what it happens here if we take any free classes. So unwanted students will take the opportunity to come and disturb in the class. Am I right? If something, if they pay and come, it looks like that is important for them. But anyhow, they will see the result shortly. Fine. Now let me come to the class. Good. Next question. The site of complete digestion of carbohydrates, proteins and fats, where it takes place?
Small intestine.
Small intestine. Small intestine.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Where complete digestion will happen? In stomach, right? Correct, no? In stomach only, no? Whatever we eat the food, where
No, sir.
complete digestion takes place. Is it so?
No, sir. Small
Where it
intestine,
takes?
sir.
Very good. See, I think before you come to your 10th standard, you peoples were imagining, okay, people were believing that whatever we eat the food, digestion will take place in stomach. And if I'm not wrong, I'm right. Till now, you peoples were thinking where is the digestion takes place in stomach. But now, after coming to 10th standard, you got the reality where the complete digestion will take place. Very good. Small intestine, where the complete digestion will take place, and after complete digestion, the energy is produced. This energy, which is produced from the small intestine, it is transferred through blood. So blood carries this energy, and it will transfer throughout the body. If we have seen the alimentary canal diagram, and if we have seen the function of alimentary canal, I think you will remember this concept very clearly over there. Okay, so they have asked. So here from this we can tell that we can expect a question from life process diagrams. From life process chapter, from the diagrams, they can ask you any kind of question. Example, maybe in mouth, something which is happening in the mouth. Understood? So which is the enzyme which is helping to make this, to convert from this to this. Understood? Or maybe they can target liver, or maybe they can target pancreas, they can target your stomach. Understood? Large intestine, small intestine, they can target any one part of. Okay, so here what you have to do from the chapter life process diagrams, I want you have to study all the functions. Okay, remember, please jot down this point. I want you have to study the functions. You have to remember the diagram naming along with their functions. Today itself, after the class, we can make a note of all the parts of the diagram and what is the specific function of that, what is happening over there. Understood? Understood?
So, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. It's not like only life process chapter, your biology chapter, all the questions. Especially they will ask you this type of questions only with the biology diagrams, but not with physics and chemistry. They will target your bio diagram, that is biology. Okay. Next question number 7. The image of the English letter L, can you see this letter L? In convex mirror looks like. How it looks in convex mirror? If you see this image in convex mirror, how it looks? It looks like option
B,
A,
sir.
B, C, D. Yes? A, B, C, D. How it looks?
Sir, option D.
Are you sure?
B.
Very good. The correct answer is option B. In convex mirror, two things will happen. The first thing is the object will get diminished. Diminished means small in size. The object becomes small, and also the object will be opposite. Okay, the image will be opposite to the object. So only, even you may have seen the ambulance letter is this, but in the front side they will write in opposite direction, like this. Correct? Understood? They will write in the opposite direction, because if the front person, if is driving the bike, if any ambulance is coming behind, it looks like this for the front person, for the front driver of the front vehicle driver. Understood? So here convex mirrors are used in your cars. Let it be rear mirror or side mirror. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Got it?
No, sir.
Yeah. Now here, the important question you have to study the difference between concave mirror and convex mirror. Please just you no need to by-head the answers. As you can see, some questions are coming through the diagrammatical way. Okay, just if you have mugged up the answers, you may not answer type of question. First, you need to understand the problem. First, you have to understand the given question, and after that itself, you have to by-head the answers. Got it? So remember the difference between concave mirror and convex mirror, and along with that, simultaneously, convex lens, concave lens, and convex lens. Study the topic concave lens and convex lens also. Got it? From this topic, from this area, I hope you can expect one question. Got it?
Sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The first question is, excuse me, just a minute. Okay. Let's continue. I have told you people one thing. Remember the differences between concave mirror, concave lens, convex lens, and along with that uses also. Please make down this point. You want to remember the differences between concave mirror, concave lens, convex lens, along with that uses of concave mirror, concave lens, and convex lens. Differences and uses. This is the most important topic from this chapter. Got it? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, next question. Come back to the next question. Question number 8. The name and the molecular formula of unsaturated hydrocarbon having general formula CnH2n and containing 3 carbon atoms is. Here they are telling that, okay, we have to find the name of the molecular formula of unsaturated hydrocarbon. They have told that this is unsaturated hydrocarbon and the general formula is CnH2n.
Option D.
Which is having 3 carbon atoms.
Option D.
Option D, propene.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
100%?
Yes, sir,
Okay.
101.
Very good, very good. Now, my dear students, please make a note of this topic. I want you have to study one question, that is differences. Differences between alkanes and alkenes. Differences between alkanes and alkenes. This is first question. And second question is alkanes and alkynes. I want you need to remember this question. Differences between alkanes and alkenes. And one more question, alkanes and alkynes. So these two differences you should remember. And third question you have to remember from the following. Differences between saturated hydrocarbon and unsaturated hydrocarbon. Saturated hydrocarbon and unsaturated hydrocarbon difference. And fourth topic you need to practice from this part, that is the general formula or the general form or general formula of alkenes and alkynes. You need to remember the general formula of alkenes and alkynes. This is the fourth question you need to remember from this part, from this topic. And the fifth question you need to remember the minimum 5 hydrocarbons you have to remember. Minimum 5 hydrocarbons you have to remember from each group. From alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. Example, methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane. Correct? Children, who doesn't know about this topic, can you please let me know? I hope you all knows about these 5 hydrocarbons. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. The logic is very simple. If you don't know, please follow this logic. Meat means mitha. Mitha means sweet. Eat means eating. Mitha, eating. This is the logic you have to remember. Mitha, eating. Probe means pani, peeing. Mitha, eating. Pani, peeing. But means bite ko. Okay. The next is pent means पांच अंगुलियां से. मीठा eating, पानी peeing, bite को पांच अंगुलियां से. So this is the logic to remember the 5 hydrocarbons. Meat, eat, probe, but, pent. मीठा eating, पानी peeing, bite को पांच अंगुलियां से. In Hindi we used to actually I used to teach the math or science subject with this type of shortcuts, so that it will be easy for you people to make the structure. Here meat. With this meat, if you add ANE, it becomes methane. With eat, if you add ANE, it becomes ethane. Same way propane, butane, pentane. But remember, methane comes only in alkanes. Methane comes only in which group? It comes only in alkane group.
Alkane.
Alkane.
But in alkene, it starts from eth. That is ethene, propene, butene, pentene. In alkyne groups, excuse me. In alkyne group, it starts from eth only, ethyne. Okay. In alkane group, it starts from ethene. In alkynes group, it starts from ethyne. So expect that you can write the first member of alkane group and alkyne group. Is this clear? So they will ask you member of alkane, alkene and alkyne group. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is the basic question you can expect. Along with that, they may ask you this methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, or ethene, propane, butane, pentene. Any of this structural formula and molecular formula. They may ask you structural formula and molecular formula of hydrocarbons of alkane group, alkene group and alkyne group. Of alkane group, alkene group and alkyne group. Structural formula and molecular formula. And also they will ask you the structural formula and molecular formula of, remember this, benzene, toluene, naphthalene. I want also you have to remember this, benzene, toluene, naphthalene, structural formula and molecular formula. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And also you want to practice the molecular formula and structural formula of cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclopentane, pentane, cyclohexane. At least remember till here. These molecular formula and structural formula you need to remember. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes. And here one more question will come. What is isomerism? Even this question is very specific for the examiner to ask. What is isomerism? Give an example. Okay. What is isomerism? Give an example. This is one standard question. What is isomerism? Give an example. Or ask you, write the isomers of butane. What is the isomer of butane? Isobutane. You need to show the molecular formula and structural formula. You can take the example of your butane and isobutane and you can show the isomerism property over there. So what is isomerism? What is isomerism? What is
Same molecular
catenation?
formula and different structural formula.
Good. Next topic is what is catenation? The next question is what is catenation? This is important question. What is isomerism? Important question. What is valence electron? Valence electron or valence shell? What do you mean by valence shell or what do you mean by valence electron?
Sir, outermost shell.
Yeah, and still more. Some small basic questions are there in this chapter. Okay, I want you have to study these type of basic questions for your 1 mark question. Understood? Now, what are the topics I have suggested? From any of the following, you can expect 1 mark or 2 mark question. 1 mark or 2 question. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Are you understanding? Are you understanding the areas which we have to target?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Simply
Yes, sir.
blindly, we are not supposed to follow the class works. Okay. Anyhow, you have to follow the class notes, but along with that, you have to apply the strategy how I can score more. Simply, if you just sit and mug up the answers, it doesn't mean anything in science. You want complete revision, complete analysis, and also you have to drop the things like this before you could start your preparation. Okay, no problem. Inshallah, in the other further classes, I'll be discussing when I'm going with chapter wise revision. In that case, I'll be showing you all the types of questions over there. Okay, but right now I'm just targeting on the question paper analysis. Now I have shown you people how and what is the way and what is the procedure
Okay,
they
sir.
will ask you the questions. Understood? Is this clear? Children, did you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Question number 9. In the alpine meadows of the Great Himalayan National Park, the practice of regular grazing by sheep was put to an end. What are the effects on the meadows due to this measure? So what they have given here the question, the alpine meadows of Great Himalayas. Can you tell me what exactly what
Grass.
the alpine? What is this alpine meadows?
Sir, hilly region.
Yes. Actually, these are the regions. Alpine meadows are the regions which is known as low grasses region. They have low grass. Are you getting? They have low grass. Means grass is very short. Are you getting my point? And also we have lot of snow or snowfall in that region. Did you understood? They have low grass and also they have lot of snowfall. Did you got it? We can say low grass, or else we also can say short grass. Understood? As you may have seen, the grasses will be like this example, but here the grasses are like this. As you can see, they have low grass. Understood?
Yes.
Got it? So alpine meadows are the region which is having low grass, lot of snowfall, and also we can see here, this is very interesting region. Here we can see it is very beautiful in nature. Here we also can see a colored or colorful flowers or colorful flowering plants. In this region we can see low grass, and we also can see lot of snowfall in this region, and also we can see a lots of colorful flowering plants. But now here the question is, actually where these are located? Usually they are located in the, that is the Great Himalayan National Park. But here the question is, what is the specific topic they have given? Practice of regular grazing. Okay, जो चरवा करते हैं ना, जो जानवरों को चरवा करते हैं, इन हिंदी में कॉल्ड एज चरवा मेसदो. ओके, कुरी मेकेಗಳಿಗೆ ಮೇಸ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, that is what grazing. The regular grazing of sheep was put to an end. They have cancelled, they have banned that you should not graze in this region. What is the effect of meadows due to this measure?
Soil erosion.
What is the reason they have stopped this grazing?
Soil erosion.
Yes. Can you tell me from which chapter this question has taken?
Our environment.
Our environment.
Very good. Actually, what happens here? No, without the regular grazing by the sheep, in case if they don't graze the sheep over there, what happens? If regular grazing doesn't take place, okay, actually the grasses are short initially. If there is no proper grazing is done, definitely after some time, what it may happen? The grasses will grow very tall. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If
Yes,
there is
sir.
a regular grazing, what
Yes,
happens? The sheep or goats will come here and they will eat this. They will eat this grass. If no one are there to eat this grass, what happens? The grasses will become taller. Correct? Are you
Yes,
getting?
sir.
They are asking this
Yes,
effect.
sir.
Because of this, what happens? Their question is, because of this, what happens? In case if there is no regular grazing is done, then what happens? The grass will grow. What happens? If there is no regular grazing happens, due to this, what happens? The grass will grow tall. Correct, no? The grass will grow tall. Once if the grasses grow tall or very tall, then falls over preventing fresh growth. Got it? Understood this topic? This
Yes, sir.
this grass will grow very tall, and they will, it is about to grow, they will fall on that. So that what is happening? Even they are dying, and also they want to grow, even they are making them also to die. So they are dying, and also they will make other grass which is about to grow. For them also, they will make them to die. That is what it happens. This is the effect. Concepts are clear?
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
Did you understood the question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Very good. And the next question here is, what are amphoteric oxides? Can you tell me from which chapter this question is taken? This question has derived from the which chapter? What are amphoteric oxides?
Sir, metals and non-metals.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Is it acid, bases and salts or metals and non-metals?
Sir,
Good. Can you tell
Acid,
me?
acid, bases, and salt, sir.
Are you sure?
Sir, metals and non-metals.
metals and non-metals.
See, this is what the level of your preparation. Open your textbook. Check where we have amphoteric oxides.
Metals and non-metals.
Sir,
Very
metals
good.
and non-metals.
Very
sir.
Very good. This metals and non-metals. So the question is, what are amphoteric oxides? Means the metallic oxides, which show both acidic and basic behavior. Okay, they show both acidic behavior and also basic behavior. So they are called as amphoteric oxides. Hence we call them as amphoteric oxides. The best example you can take are amphibians. Amphibians are the animals which they can live both on land and water. Correct? They can live both on land and water. Example: frog, crocodile, snake. All are the examples of amphibians. Similarly, here they show both acidic and basic behavior. Hence, we call them as amphoteric oxides. So here also, my dear students, you need to remember the basic definitions with respect to or which is related to these 3 chapters. Chemical reaction and equation from this chapter, acid, bases and salts from this chapter, and also from the chapter metals and non-metals. From these 3 chapters, please kindly go through the basic definitions, like what is chemical combination reaction, okay, decomposition, displacement, double displacement, neutralization reaction, precipitation reaction, okay, and after that what is oxidation reaction, reduction reaction, redox reaction. Are you getting my point? So please make a note of all the basic definitions, study the basic definitions from these all 3 chapters. So it will be very much helpful for you all. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Good. So you need to study these basics. And then coming back to question number 11, observe the given incomplete diagram. As you can see, they have given the ray diagram. Here the question is, complete the diagram by drawing refracted rays and show the images formed. Okay, you want to complete this ray diagram. You want to complete the ray diagram and what type of images formed you have to show. So this is completely from your ray diagram chapter. Anyhow, I'll be going to make a separate video on the ray diagrams where I'll be teaching for you all from the basics of ray diagrams. How can you identify the terms? What are the terms? Which are the terms are involved in the ray diagrams, and how the position we have to shift. If we are changing of the object, how the image is formed. Just we are doing the adjustment of the objects. Sometimes we keep the object here. Sometimes we keep the object here. Example I'm telling. Sometimes we keep the object here. So on. Got it? Understood? So how is the images formed? We are going to study about that topic in the next period. I'll be making one separate recordable class for this, where I am going to upload in my YouTube channel. Okay. Now you can study these ray diagrams. Ray diagrams are very important. Next question, can detergent be used to test hardness of water? Give reasons. But unfortunately, this question is deleted. It comes under your soaps and detergent. but this topic is deleted. It's under reduced syllabus. And next question, name the poisonous gas produced due to incomplete combustion of fossil fuels. Even this topic also it has got deleted. It's under your reduced syllabus. It is also from the reduced syllabus. Next question, a student sitting in the last and reading the blackboard writing, which is the defect of vision, how can it be corrected? This question also it has deleted. It is also from your reduced syllabus. That is human eye and the color defects of vision. From that topic they have taken this question. But do not worry students. Apart from in case if they are deleting these questions also, they will be using the rest of the chapters. From those chapters they are going to pick the questions in the similar fashion. Okay, as you can see, name the gas. Even in the rest of the chapters also, they can ask you to identify something. These all are the small things. Okay, these all questions you can answer only when you have 100% subject knowledge. If you have subject knowledge, it is more than sufficient to answer the 1 mark questions. Next question, manufacturer of chips flush the packets of chips with nitrogen gas. Why? I think this is from your NCDT. I'm right? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is the question which is taken from the chapter RANCDT. Okay, and similarly, we have next question. What is the next question? Just a minute. Okay. Suggest any 2 measures to avoid overloading in domestic circuit. So this topic is very important, my dear students. Here you need to study. So it's asking you what are the measures you have to use to avoid overloading in domestic circuit. Please of one question. They may ask you the question here. Like write a brief note on short circuit and overloading. This is important question. Write a brief note on short circuit and overloading. And next question, what is fuse? Write the function, write the uses of it. What is fuse? Write the uses of it. So study this domestic circuit topic very carefully. Compulsorily you will get one question based on this domestic circuit. We have still more questions about the wiring also. We have 3 colors of wire. So what are their functions? What is the function of those 3 wires? What is the function of earth wire, live wire, neutral wire? Like that also they may ask you the question. Understood? Did you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Point?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Circuit is one of the most important topic, and here this is from your question number 15. Study the topic Rankine and redox reaction. Here also they can give you the question based on the diagram based. Example like they will give some reaction. In this reaction they ask you to identify oxidation is happening and where reduction is going to take place. You want to and reduction. Already they have given that example. Okay, addition of oxygen and reduction of oxygen, addition of hydrogen and reduction of hydrogen, LHS and RHS. You can see the reactant and Got it? Understood?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
They may ask you based on that topic also. I hope the class is interesting for you all and it is advantageous. See students, you are supposed to start your revision in the similar way. So only you people can do the best and also you can cover the syllabus as early as possible. So that is what usually we do in our revision classes. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Good. So today's class we have given the permission for some other students also. Okay. Just a minute. Now, my dear students, what I'll be doing here, I'm just going to wind up the class here of today's session. Inshallah, shortly, if time permits, again we will come back and we are going to solve the rest of the class. The rest of the questions in the other class. Okay. And still, if
Okay,
you are
sir.
not subscribed to my YouTube, channel, Shah Sir Classes, kindly do subscribe it. And after watching this video, in case if you are watching my YouTube channel, after watching this session, you can share with your other friends also, the one who have missed this class and even the opportunity. Okay, to attend this class. Got it?
Yes, sir.
You can inform to your other also regarding these classes. And already we have started with the crash course. Where we are going to complete the entire syllabus. In case if any students are interested, you can contact to me regarding the crash course. And my dear students, one important note: the admissions are open for the next year batch. You can inform to your juniors about our classes where we are going to complete the entire syllabus and also with ample revisions, study materials, and much more. So this is what the benefit of attending our classes. Wish you all the best of luck. Do well. Keep watching. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.